Dizzy, the Trouble-Talking Tornado by Sherri Stevens. I used to know a boy named Dizzy. I called him Dizzy Trouble Talk because his worried words and thoughts would wind him up as he would walk. Round and round his trouble talking turned him with a torque until his twisted neck unwound, sending him flying like a cork. Then off would reel young Dizzy, side-winding north, south, east, and west, like a tail-spinning tornado without a single moment's rest. Dizzy's mind was always busy, with troubled thoughts instead of peace. That's why his ever-swiveling, hair-tossed head never seemed to cease. Poor very Dizzy Trouble Talk, how like a top that boy would twirl, flailing his arms into a frenzy as he whipped wildly with a whirl. One day I chased that Dizzy down, and as his pinwheel parts blew south, I got just close enough to hear his winded words blow from his mouth. Without wasting any time, I asked him straight without delaying, "Won't you please stop and give some thought to all this nonsense you are saying? All your double-minded trouble talk has trained your brain to become dizzy. Aren't your worried words and thoughts what put your innards in a tizzy?" Thinking through my questions must have revved up Dizzy higher, because his turbo shoes took off, leaving a trail of blazing fire. Bolting brightly through the park, Dizzy dashed across the lawn, whizzing westbound with a whoosh, just as the sprinkler heads turned on. Then, like a stopped mop in a car wash, Dizzy's drenched dew drooped down flat. His limp locks lapped around his face down to the grass which he now sat. In almost no time, sparks came flying from his ears amidst the drizzle before a crowd gathered to watch as Dizzy fizzled with a sizzle. Sobered to his senses by the short-circuiting rain, Dizzy shook his muddled mind until his blurry brain was sane. With a soft heart I stepped towards him, and as my slushing sneakers neared, his wet tresses tilted towards me, and his flushed face reappeared. Welcomed by the woundedness his teary blue eyes cried, I stretched my loving arm around him, and I sat down by his side. He said, "I understand now that my thoughts and words can stir me up or make me still. My mind and body work together like a mood-moving windmill. Now when troubling thoughts come near, I'm going to cast away those cares and choose to think of happy things with thankfulness and trusting prayers. I've traded in my trouble talk for winning words I'll choose to say, so that my spiraled steps go straight and I can walk a different way. Now I can't call my wise friend Dizzy, since worried words he overcame. I'll have to think of a replacement for his old trouble-talking name."